The second of 5 graded stakes on Saturday at Santa Anita is race number 5. It's the Grade 2 City of Hope Mile, 1 mile on turf. And before we talk about who's in this race, I want to at least recognize who is not in the race. The top turf miler in California this year is Count Again. He's done for the season. He went out, tailed off during the summer meet at Del Mar, tailed off in training, and Phil D'Amato, his trainer, put him away and will bring him back next year. Smooth Like Straight, arguably the second best turf miler in California. He is now in Kentucky for trainer Michael McCarthy, and he's pointed for the Grade 1 Coolmore Turf Mile at Keeneland next weekend. And finally, Hong Kong Harry, who has emerged for D'Amato as the next potential heir to the top-ranked turf miler in California. He's skipping this race. He's skipping the Breeders' Cup, and we'll see Hong Kong Harry in the Seabiscuit Stakes this fall at Santa Anita. So Count Again, Smooth Like Straight, Hong Kong Harry. None of the top 3 turf milers are in the City of Hope Mile. The last time the City of Hope Mile produced a Breeders' Cup Mile winner was way back in 2004. And it's a little unusual because once upon a time, this particular fall race at Santa Anita was a precursor to Breeders' Cup fame in 1999, 2000, and 2001. Silic, War Chant, and Val Royal all came out of this race to win the Breeders' Cup Mile in their very next start. But over the last 18 years or so, this race, like the entire grass division in California, is kind of fallen by the wayside. It's still a good race. It's an interesting race anyway on Saturday. It's race number 5. Let's take a look at the lineup for the City of Hope Mile. It's race number 5, a mile on grass. Catkin Peak, he always hits the board in these good big races. He's a multiple graded stakes placed horse. Iridio, Wicker upset winner, runner-up in the Del Mar Mile, last time out. Beyond Brilliant, we'll get to him in a minute. Tarantino, he's probably overmatched. He looks like he's in a little bit tough, but he does add blinkers, and he potentially could have something to say about the pace scenario. Prince Obama taking an ambitious class hike from one other than victory up into a graded stakes race, and Canderel, whose trainer Richard Mandela would prefer to run him in an allowance race, but he can't find one in which this horse fits. So he's forced into the City of Hope Mile. Okay, let's talk about the horse that I like best. And I expect he's going to be heavily favored for a couple reasons. First of all, Beyond Brilliant is arguably the best horse in the race. He's a multiple graded stakes winner. He's won more than $500,000. And most important of all, he's the only front runner in this 6-horse field. Let's go back and take a look at Beyond Brilliant's 4th place finish in the Kilroe Mile. And this is back in March at Santa Anita. And why are we showing a 4th place finish? Because Beyond Brilliant did everything but win. That's him on the front end. And that's after going 45-2, 109-1. And he hung tough until deep stretch. He succumbed to the late runners. That's Count Again on the outside. And Beyond Brilliant, you talk about a 4th place finish by a length in which the 4th place finisher might have run the best race of all. He was dogged through an insane pace, and he hung tough, and he got collared late. He would come out of that race to win the Charlie Whittingham, the Grade 2 Charlie Whittingham at a 1.25 miles next time out in gate-to-wire fashion. And then the same thing happened last time out in the Eddie Reed that happened in the Kilroe. He had the race flow working against him. I'm talking about Beyond Brilliant, who finished 6th in the Eddie Reed. That was in late July. It was another race in which closers dominated. The 1, 2, 3, 4 finishers rallied from 9th, 6th, 10th, and 7th. And Beyond Brilliant, a speed horse, he hung tough until deep stretch, and then he folded to finish 6th by 4 lengths. Beyond Brilliant was expected to run in the Del Mar Handicap, a 1 3/8 on September 3rd. But earlier in the week, there was a incident on the track while he was training, and Beyond Brilliant propped. He wrenched an ankle. His ankle filled up with fluid, and trainer John Sheriff didn't even bother to enter Beyond Brilliant in the Del Mar Handicap. He would have been a contender and possibly a gate-to-wire winner in that race. He hoped that it was nothing more than a minor incident. Sheriff's his trainer, Beyond Brilliant, and it turned out to be just that. He missed about a week of training, Beyond Brilliant did, but then he resumed training in the middle of September, and the next decision for Sheriff's was which race to run in, the City of Hope Mile or the John Henry at 1.25 miles, also on the Saturday card. That's the race we talked about earlier. Well, Sheriffs took a look at the pace scenario and the condition of his horse, and he thought that this horse is going to be fresh. He's a front runner. I'm going to shorten him up to a mile. Well, it turns out there's no other speed in the field, and Beyond Brilliant, loose on the lead, should be very tough to beat. I want to talk next about a horse that I didn't pick in the top three, only because there's only room for three horses in the top three. Iridio is my fourth preference in the race, and he was a Group 1 winner in South America. And like many South Americans, it took him a while to acclimate to North America. But this summer at Del Mar, trained by Marcelo Polanco, Iridio came to life. He absolutely blossomed. He was up against Smooth Like Straight in the Wicker Stakes early at Del Mar. Well, Smooth Like Straight scratched, and it turned out to be a wide open scramble. And Hector Barrios on Iridio down on the inside, weaving through traffic, splitting horses late, and would score a 31-1 upset. And hopefully there are some Daily Race Inform readers out there who had him. He was on the Daily Race Inform horses to watch list, and he paid 31-1, winning the Wicker. So the question is, was that race just a one-off? Was it a fluke? Hardly. Let's take a look at the very next start by Iridio, and it was in the Del Mar Mile, and he's not even in the picture right now, where he is in the picture. He's third, and Hong Kong Harry is going to outfinish Iridio, but Iridio ran well in defeat. He was second best behind Hong Kong Harry. He finished well, and he reproduced the form that he showed in the Wicker Stakes. Iridio is a good horse. The problem on Saturday is the pace scenario. I don't know if he needs pace to run at, but he'll be running after a potentially loose on the lead front runner. Okay, the X factor in this race, and I didn't even talk about Cathkin Peak, who's probably going to be the second choice, multiple graded stakes placed. But the horse that I think is the X factor in here is a horse by the name of Prince Obama. And all he did last time out, let's take a look at the stretch run of a one other than allowance. You don't go from a one other than allowance into a graded stakes race, do you? Well, when you do, it better be for good reason. Trainer Phil D'Amato has good reason. This was an outstanding comeback by Prince Obama. He was coming in off a long layoff. This was kind of a decisive, quick turn of foot and long gone. And D'Amato said that Prince Obama was only 90% fit for that race. The thing that's interesting about Prince Obama in the City of Hope Mile on Saturday is this. There's a two other than in the condition book on Sunday in which Prince Obama would be one of the favorites. Now, D'Amato still could scratch Prince Obama from the City of Hope Mile and run the allowance race on Sunday. But if he runs on Saturday in the graded stake instead of the, quote, easy spot in the two other than, I would consider that a significantly bullish signal from Phil D'Amato, who, as we all know, knows how to train a good turf horse. Okay, it's a long-winded way of saying this. Beyond Brilliant should race gate to wire in the City of Hope Mile. How does the Santa Anita turf course play in fall? 1 year ago during this meet, 9 of the 30 turf miles were won by the pace setter. At all rail settings, it didn't matter. Rails down 10, 20, 30 feet. Speed held in 1 out of 3 turf miles. Beyond Brilliant is going to be loose on the lead. I think he'll be long gone at a short price. I respect Cathkin Peak. To me, the one long shot, the crazy horse in the race is Prince Obama, because on paper, he's not good enough. But you know that D'Amato has a good reason for entering him in the City of Hope Mile. Race number 5 on Saturday at Santa Anita. It's Beyond Brilliant, gate to wire. Maybe Prince Obama can come along and complete the exacta. Can we get $10 in a 6-horse field? We'll see. Beyond Brilliant, wire to wire, race 5, Saturday at Santa Anita.